Welcome back. So now we have talked about in JavaScript, you'll talk about callbacks. Inside this new setup we just made, we talk about promises that we want to return. And the new thing is observables. So in the next couple of lessons we're going to play around with observables, and the specific issue we're going to try and attack is this one, that right now when I write lbuilder in 1, 2, 3 to log in, when I click the button, I just set a timeout now. So let me just show you, there's a timeout for 4 seconds. So let's say the request would take a bit of time. I clicked it and I was like, come on, log in, log in. Now what will happen, notice is, it tries to log in multiple times. You see it pops up again and again and again. That's for each time I click it. That's a bad design, because every time I'll click it, I would potentially send a request to the backend, a request to the backend, a request to the backend. So we need to figure that out. Now, there are a lot of things we can do. We're going to cover it in a few different ways. The first way we're going to cover it is by making observables. So one of the great features about observables compared to promises is that observables can be cancelled easily. So we can go in and say we want to cancel the observable. We don't want to send the request anyway. We decided not to, right? So we can actually do that. So I found this issue here in Angular. Just one of the explanations about why we should try and use observables instead of actually using promises. There are a lot more to observables than this, but this is just a start. So when a user clicks a link, it starts routing, blah, 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 blah. Now the problems are that you can't cancel the promises, right? So it'll keep sending requests to the backend, and right now I'm just making a stupid request locally here. So when I click this button, sign in, I do lbuilder right here, it's just a request locally. Click, 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 click. But it could be to a server somewhere and would be delaying my system. Plus, I don't know what would happen in the backend if I did multiple login requests. Could it handle it? Well, it should, but how would it handle it, right? So that's kind of the goal of this lesson, is that the next couple of lessons, we're going to try first to create observables, to use observables, and then also make some kind of twirly thing, go in here and show that we are trying to log in until it actually pops up and is logged in. So you can't keep spamming this button from the client either. So that'll be the next couple of lessons. Now, just to set up the scene, the reason we want to learn observables is most HTTP requests from Angular 2 is actually done using observables. We could convert them into promises, but let's just use observables right out of the box, because that's what we should use in the future. So we're going to work on observables now, and I might as well just say, if we were going to grab all the things observables can do, it would be very hard, but we're going to focus on just a few key features, and then we'll build on that as we move forward in the programming. See you in the next lesson, where we'll create our first observable. Have fun.